Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome here to Surfside, California on this overcast day where there is just no wind at all. It's absolutely beautiful down here today. You can see it's kind of looks dreary, and the surf has come down, but it's still pretty big here. There was a high surf warning earlier in the week. Grunion Run this Friday night. We've got Bluefin tuna news for you here this morning. Of course, we are watching the situation in the Channel Islands for those white sea bass and halibut here in the LA Orange County area, those big yellows at San Clemente Island, some good local rock fishing, and of course those kelp patty yellowtail down the beach. We've got it all for you here today because you know what time it is, my friends. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning to you all. Oh, is that good coffee or what? Hey, it's great to be with you. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when there is new content. And also, don't forget to share these videos if you like them. Can't thank you enough for your great support as we continue to grow and skyrocket. It has been a pleasure to be with you all. Last night, great show with Sam De La Torre at Island Fishing Tackle in the beautiful city of Carson, California. I totally enjoyed that, and I think you will too. It's up for you to check out right now. At the end of today's report, got a chance to go over and visit with an old friend, Randy Penny, at United Composite Rods, and Randy is making a generous donation to the CCA event this weekend. Sam shows off some of his masterpieces that will be raffled off, live auctioned off this weekend, Saturday. And I'll tell you right now, they are gorgeous, one of a kind. You'll want to check it out. That will roll at the end of today's report, and it will also roll as a separate little podcast here later today. Wow, I'll tell you, there is some real good signals around, but the reality is it's been tough fishing, and it sounded that way again last night on the Bluefin tuna grounds, just picking away at it. Not much at all. It's been on the slower side. We're going to come out of this. Don't worry about it. In fact, maybe it'll be Scott Buchard. Scott, who decks on many of the boats, will be on the Aztec. He's standing in line right now, ready to get on board the Aztec as they are set to depart at 9 a.m. They'll get out for that night bite tonight and hopefully come up with some good catches. But for right now, it has been a little bit on the tougher side, a lot on the tougher side. Once again, nighttime, probably the best time, but there's a lot of boats and a few are scoring. So like a jig in the 300 gram range, and those Daiwa SKs have been really hot lures. Tim Marquez was on board the American Angler. He said that was the hot lure. I've had other guys telling me that rip rollers have been good. Pick your jig and you'll be fine. Whatever it is you're confident with, whatever it is that you like to fish with, you've had success with it, stay with it. That will work for you, hopefully. But about a 300 gram lure right now, and we do have some nice weather, so weather is not going to get in the way. Remember, you need a rod with 30 to 40 to fly line with in case you're going to fish kelp patties. Now I'm talking day and a half trips. You're going to fish kelps on the full day trips. Get into that in a moment. Something with like 30 to 40, and then something with 60 to 80, and then if you have it, a 2-speed with like 100, 130, something like that. That will really serve you well. But for the most part, it's been kind of tough. New Loan on a 2-day trip with 17 bluefin tuna. Tribute on a day and a half, 9 bluefin, a couple of yellowtail. And most of those guys are loading you up with some rockfish. It's been phenomenal rock fishing right now. But I know you guys are focused on bluefin tuna, and that has been a little bit tougher, a lot tougher here the past several days or so. We're going to come out of this. I don't know what it is, honestly. Could be this cool water, though, that just doesn't have that mechanism, that metabolism really flowing in the right direction. So we will see. Hey, I do want to mention to you all that a couple of things. Number one, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, but we are also going to start going toward a more didactic method here, a teaching method, so that we look at how fishing is currently, and then we teach you exactly how to fish these fish with all the different techniques and methodologies, tackle, and everything else. Brian Wynn, who's a fantastic guy. Incidentally, if you need some Medicare advice, this is for you old farts out there like me. young guys, you can tune out for 30 seconds there. But Brian is your man. You give him a call, and he'll walk you through the process. He walked me through. Man, I got a gym membership. I'm working out every day. He's really, really good. But Brian is such an expert in sport fishing, and he will help you along the way right here on the Friedman Adventures channel. Such an authority on sport fishing, and we'll be looking to others to help us also. You know how you look forward every year to seminars at the Fred Hall Show? We're going to be giving you seminars just about every single day here. So stay tuned for that slight little change that we'll be making, or actually kind of a big change. Hey, the Freedom going on a day-and-a-half trip, 22nd Street Landing on Saturday night, $325. That is really affordable. The Apollo, the Amigo, Apollo's going tonight on a trip, day-and-a-half trip, limited load, live squid, focused on sea bass and halibut, same as the Freedom. Amigo, same thing this weekend. Everybody's focusing on that sea bass and halibut. And of course, they're going to load you up with rockfish in addition to that. So nothing wrong with that. I totally love rock fishing. It's some of the best eating fish in the sea. You've got that as your backup plan. So Freedom, Saturday night, day and a half. Tonight, the Apollo. Don't miss it. And then we have the Amigo, 310-834-8302. That's 22nd Street Landing. You can jump on board any one of those trips. Now, down there in San Diego, we're looking at kelp patties, and at times it gets absolutely wide open. It is a case where you have to find the right kelp patty, and you never know which one's going to be the right one. You just have to have a little bit of lady luck on your side when you find it. It's been full speed on the yellows. Now, it's not for everybody, and every day is different. Yesterday on board the San Diego, they were out bumping around. They had a bluefin and 33 of those yellowtail. Most of those forkies are on the 5 to 10 pound range. Some are a little bit bigger than that. Most of them are taking on a fly line bait. That seems to be the best way to make it happen. So like your 25 to 30 pound 2.0 size hook, circle hook works really good, and a good hot bait, as always, really makes a difference. If you're going to throw an iron, something like a mega bait is going to work. Daiwa something like that will really work well for you on those kelp patty yellowtail. We'll look for some more fish today, and hopefully we'll see some more bluefin tuna get into those full day counts. Boats like the Grande, the Liberty, the San Diego, the Mission Belle, boats like that out of San Diego who are out bumping around are going to bump into that bluefin one day. So you don't want to go underprepared. You still, if you had to bring two rods, I'd bring that 25 to 30 pound, 40 pound, and then, 60 to 80 pound. You can sinker fish with that, and you can also throw those Daiwa or whatever jig works best for you. And once again, please keep in mind that we were eavesdropping on Ryan Boston on board the San Diego the other day. When he was bait fishing, he was telling his guys, drop your bait down slowly, wind it back slowly. So that is a good tip for you. And of course, when you walk on board, just make friends with a crew member. They will help guide you on your way. All right, down in Ensenada, similar kinds of situations. Hit and miss on the bluefin tuna, lots of rockfish. Up and down our coast, got to look at San Clemente Island where the Thunderbird is this morning, and they've been catching some awfully big yellowtail out there, 15 to 30 plus pound stuff, sometimes pushing 40 pounds. Hasn't been tons of them, but it's been good enough, and they're in a perfect position to catch tons of rockfish for you also. So Thunderbird, we'll see how they do, focusing on big yellows, trying to get some halibut, sea bass, and then taking good care of you with lots of rockfish. Hopefully that will be the case. The Pursuit's on their way to Catalina Island right now on this gorgeous morning where the seas are flat calm. It's beautiful out, so hopefully the Pursuit's going to come up with more of that sheepshead and great eating rockfish and top off with some couple of bass and maybe a good bite on the halibut and maybe a good bite on the sea bass. Those guys on the Pursuit work hard, get it done every day. If anything at all, you're going to be provided with a fun day on the water, and that is great, and lots of great eating rockfish, and then hopefully some of those exotics that have evaded us up there in the Channel Island area. It's been hit and miss on the white sea bass also, so some days they get them, some days they don't. Gray light yesterday, 6 guys, 6 white sea bass. That is limits on the WSB. Other guys up there just all over the rockfish. Santa Barbara, You got the Coral Sea. You got all the Channel Islands guys. Ventura guys have been pounding on the rockfish and having occasional really good scores on the halibut and also on the sea bass. But it has been a little more hit and miss on the WSB also. Just seems to be kind of that way everywhere right now. And we're going to come roaring out of that one of these days, and then it'll get on the bite again. Remember, kids fish free on board the Californian there out of Ventura Harbor Sport Fishing. That's kids fishing free on the extended half-day trip. You can have a ball with those guys. Steve Virtue runs the boat, good friend of mine, and he'll be out there doing his thing also very, very soon. The big surf fishing tournament takes place this weekend, and you're going to want to be part of it because you're going to want to win one of the great prizes, have bragging rights, and then come to the banquet at 3 p.m. on Sunday over at the Redondo Rod and Gun Club. All these guys, Big Fish Bait and Tackle, 22nd Street Landing, Island Fishing Tackle in the city of Carson, California. I'm a little slow, aren't I? And then up there at the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club, they're all ready to sign you up. You have to go in the day of the event, so that'll be Saturday morning. Go in there Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, because it runs through Sunday. So you can go in on Sunday morning again. Go to those venues and give them $20. They'll give you your ruler. You'll sign up. And then you are officially in the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club Surf Fishing Tournament this weekend. I'll see you at the banquet, by the way. I'll see you at the CCA banquet also. So it is going to be a lot of fun, my friends. Can't wait to participate in that, and I hope you get a chance to do just that because it's going to be fun. www.redondorodandgunclub.com. All right, my friends, there you have it. Hey, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. United Composites. Randy Penny making a great donation and supporting the efforts to keep fishing open here in California. It is so important that you attend and chuck in a couple of bucks into the raffles and the silent auctions. That would be great. I'll be the MC and be honored to be there this Saturday. All right, my friends, have a great morning. It's beautiful. Hopefully the fish are going to settle down and bite a little bit better because we need it to kick up a notch or two. As always, it's a pleasure to spend time with you. I thank you for all your great support, and I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends.
Sam, what are you doing here?
What's up there, Phil?
What's happening?
Well, we're here at United Composites here in Huntington Beach. And if you guys haven't been here, pretty cool place. I was just here to pick up some stuff for the CCA barbecue this weekend, May 20th, down at the Compton Rod and Gun Club. So we're going to show you guys kind of what I'm here to pick up. Some really, really super cool items, things that you really aren't going to be able to get anywhere else. So right next to United Composites is SurfaceIron.com. This is where all the magic happens for you guys that are surface iron nuts. Come down and visit them if you want to see some pretty cool surface irons. And they have a website where you can get all kinds of jigs for tuna, for yellowtail, and rigging and things like that. But this is where we have all that cool stuff from United Composites. All right, this is Gary. What we're doing here is United Composites is nice enough to give us a few raffle and auction items that we're going to be giving away at the CCA barbecue. And just so you guys know, these are all items that are kind of a non-catalog item, meaning that we won't be able to order one of these later on. So this is kind of like your only chance to get it. And so for all you guys that want to be the first on the block to get something, or even just have something that just basically your buddies can't get, this will be the chance to get it. So you guys want to go down there this Saturday on the 20th to the Compton Rod and Gun Club. So what we're going to be checking out here is these 4 rods. The first one we'll start off with here. This is a GPX Viper in the red finish. Now this is a blank that's been available for some time already, but never been available in a factory wrap. I think Randy was saying that he might make these later on in a factory, but definitely not the red, probably just the gray, I would think, right, Gary?
Right. It's always a hope we could. We're just trying to catch up with our production and fill the orders that we already have.
Yeah. Even on the old stuff, I mean, not call it old, but even on the regular stuff, you know, as soon as we get it into the shop, I mean, it goes like so quick. So I can imagine when this stuff comes out, it's going to be crazy. You know, I mean, I don't even know how many to order. They're just going to go so quick. The next one here is a GPX 80 Raptor. Now this guy here is a unique rod itself because it was available in the old style version, the original CX version, in 8-foot as a blank, but never made it to the production rod level, meaning that you can never order it as a built rod from United Composites. So now with the popularity of these GPX blanks, I think Randy is just pretty much forced to make these rods. I mean, there's so much demand on them.
Right.
But once again, this is in the red. Probably going to be available in the future in the gray, but definitely going to be probably one of your only chances to get a factory red
Right.
in that model.
And the 76 Viper has upped its
Right.
rating.
Right.
So now it's the Viper is an 80 to 150, and the Raptor is a 60 to 130.
So it's almost a level and a half. I mean, really.
Oh, yeah.
This 80 Raptor is one that, if you haven't had a chance to pull on it, it is probably one of the most unique blanks in all of the rail rod fishing categories. It's a rod that I think some guys think is too long to fish a big fish, but man, when you pull on that thing, it has a lot of power. Nice tip. I mean, it's a really, really cool rod. So,
Absolutely.
you know, just to add on top of it. The next rod here is a rod that they put together for us in the original, we'll call original old style Reaper tagging on it. So this is, technically it's a 900E or 9E, which is what you'd be able to buy now. So in a way, you can order this rod in the standard version, would be the gray version, and then you'd order it as a 9E. Same rating, same guides and handle and all that kind of stuff. But this is going to be something that is kind of a once, one off. Yeah, exactly, Gary. I mean, you know, you're not going to be able to just order one of these in this color.
No.
And then
with the old tagging on it.
Yeah, that's another thing with the old tagging. So for you guys that are collecting the old stuff, this has the old tagging on it here. But it is the current blank that you can get, but in gray. This one here, the blue one, this is kind of the belle of the ball here, I think. This blank was available, 3-4 years ago, and it's the same basic blank as the 9E. It is the same blank, but they made a special short run. One of the pro staffers had so much request to make a special blank that he made them in blue. So those blanks were out there and they were made, and it was a really cool item. But this was not a redo. This is an actual first run Blue Reaper, which at the time when we had them in stock, I mean, they were going crazy over them. You know, in fact, what I did is I went ahead and just held one back because I said, well, I'm going to go back and look at this and say, man, I could have had one. I had them all at the shop. So I basically just held this one for myself thinking, you know what, just something cool to have. Well, with the CCA event going on and just how important that cause is to our fishing, I said, well, this is going to be the time to break it out. And Randy was nice enough to wrap it at the factory. So this is a factory wrapped Reaper, something that, once again, you're just not going to be able to order up. And this is a super rare item because even the blank, you cannot get anywhere. These blanks in the red, you can kind of still get. And I think they'll be coming up here and there over the time. But this blue, I wouldn't see that happening again.
No, not at all.
So pretty cool stuff here, man.
And some lucky people are going to walk away with these.
Yeah. I mean, these are super unique items, things that are like I said, you just can't order. And on top of that, I mean, obviously United Composites, top of the line stuff. Gary also wanted to throw in another item. You know, he's like the manager, a part owner over here at SIC, but this is a product that they sell here at the shop and on their website. It's a full deckhand custom tool kit. You got a duck bill, a cutter.
Leather wrapped.
Then these are leather wrapped. They're not cord wrapped, so it's a little more comfortable. Also has the leather sheath and then the spike.
Tactical belt.
And it has, the tactical belt, which is not just your everyday belt. It's a really, really cool belt, something that's going to last you a long time. So another item if you want to get into at the CCA barbecue.
Which you have to be at.
You have to be there, yeah. All you guys that have any questions on the barbecue itself, there is a link at the CCA California website. There's a link there under events. You'll see the barbecue listed there. You click on that link and you can see the information on buying the ticket to go there. And if you don't have the time or don't like doing the internet stuff, I know you can just show up and pay at the door as well. And I think we have a lot of guys coming.
We're not going to turn anybody away.
Definitely not. No, if you show up, we're going to service you for as well. Also, just as of note, Randy from United Composites went ahead and bought a table at the event to be able to have all of the United Composites guys there. I think you're going to be there. A bunch of guys from the team are going to be there, pro staffers. So if you ever had any kind of questions about United Composites, anything that you've ever wanted to know about the way that they're made, or just what model you want to buy next, that'd be a good place to kind of catch all those guys at once. I know they didn't make it to the shows this year, and so all those questions that you're thinking about asking at the shows, you can ask them.
You're too busy filling your orders.
Yes, yes. It was crazy. I mean, it was crazy for sure. So come on down.